the threats and
Please join us. Ask your questions. We're talking about climate change today.
Okay. Alagba bákan náà ni wọ́n ṣáájú ọdẹ́gbìn rèso about solar renovation. As you can see, there are drainages and there are drain waters. And
Bending the arc before the discussion to make for a richer experience.
The Celebrant of the World, President Jim, will be here to bless that.
So now is the time.
We're calling on students and faculty to join us as we discuss the intersection of global health and social justice and how it applies to the work we're doing right now.
Commission the work to approve them. And Saraki will be here
Today,
like
The live question and answer session here on the Facebook page of CNN
and then we know
to help fight COVID-19. Please watch the documentary.
I'm here just to
but step one, okay? Let me put you in there.
Day-to-day life, you put in, you get out. You don't put in, you don't get out.
Okay, start from step one.
Let us go.
One of the challenges for distributed work is how to bring people together to interact in a shared space.
And on this matter of political pensions, I thank Colin Jordan when he was on a call-in program here the other day that he made public my own position.
A federal
down. This is VOA News. I'm Scott Walterman. Singaporeans head to the polls Friday in the city-state's first contested presidential election in more than 10 years, a vote being closely watched as an indication of support for the ruling party after a rare spate of political scandals. The president's role is largely ceremonial, but there are stringent requirements for the position, which formally oversees the city's accumulated financial reserves and holds the power to veto certain measures and approve anti-graft probes.
$2 billion each into my single account.
We had a very successful cabinet meeting this morning to talk about our anti-corruption summit. We've got the Nigerians, we've actually got some leaders of some fantastically corrupt countries coming to Britain. Nigeria and Afghanistan, possibly the two most corrupt countries.
I will be coming into the nation every week, if possible, Singapore and at your own country here. Also, almost every day, big military officers can swear well to see that very great importance of an expansion of the mega picture. Understanding military coup, setting out to rise or try to see you all from cadets into whatever you're going to be after you got your military exercises in UK. I just give you just a single week as of 3 days. But yeah, you come say back to your various offices across the United Nations of Africa, just as long as you keep financing my office at step one. You know, the single zero block had been endowed by another mediation center. It's actually going to be a small military prize for those who are absolutely your kinds. This area, not listening to paving the way of the United Nations Federation. 1. My judgment all about that should add attested till gazetting shall be removed from office. More of Halibango on Niger. More of Halibango on Niger. Absolutely is Prince Halibango on Niger. that is an officer, a military officer, after he here in UK.
So now is the time.
That he is in 6 months return to power.
I've noticed a little pancake going on in the back end. So it's time to get my ass back to the...
Right, there, so we're in it. You will return as any military officer. Make sure you have a UK certificate. Shows you are mentally upright, and then you know how to do. It's not a small deal. You've got trillions of dollars around the world, and you must.
Thanks, Finn. I wanted to ask about a possible government shutdown.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for your patience today. As you saw, the President went to FEMA to thank the workers there and their hard work over not just this past couple of days, but these past several weeks. So thank you for your patience with all of us. I have a quick intro, and then we'll get going. As the President said earlier today, the entire administration is committed to supporting all the communities impacted by Idalia, and he has directed a whole of government response to ensure those impacted have everything they may need. Now, before I turn it over to Homeland Security Advisor Liz Sherwood Randall, we want to make sure everyone who was impacted continues to listen to the guidance and direction of local officials and first responders. Do not put your lives at risk by attempting to traverse flooded or damaged areas. FEMA Administrator Criswell, as you all know, is in Florida to survey the damages firsthand and will continue.
Lawyers for Nicholas Cruz, the gunman who killed 17 people at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in 2018, were kicked out of court by an irate judge.
People will love you and support you when it's beneficial. I'ma forgive, I won't forget, but I'ma dead the issue. Soon as you out, they little lives is when they start to... They see you doing good, now it's kinda hard to dish you. Yeah, they be sick when they remember all the bad they wished you. Yeah, they be mad when they can't come and live lavish with you. But I sped up in a Benzie. I see the envy when I'm causing a frenzy.
But let me ask, under the modern leftist sensibilities, if I decide right now that I'm a woman, then apparently I'm a woman. Does that mean that I would have Article 3 standing to challenge a gender-based restriction?
Judge Elizabeth Schreier lost her temper when Cruz's team said they were being personally attacked by the victims' families on their first day of testimony. Schreier raised her voice and recalled how the defense team laughed at the relatives of the victims and flipped the bird at the court. After repeatedly urging defense attorneys to sit down and be quiet, Schreier eventually kicked the lead public defender and her top aide from the courtroom.
To brief the President and the White House team. The administration will stand with the impacted communities every step of the way, as we have for the past 2 years, and as long as it takes. With that, Liz, thank you for coming back again. It's been too long.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. The President is intensely focused on extreme weather that has impacted people across the country, and as you know, we're experiencing more of it every day. He has been receiving regular updates from Administrator Criswell and from me on the latest developments with Hurricane Idalia, and also, of course, with the ongoing recovery operations in Hawaii on the island of Maui.
Some conservatives have been on the Hill, have been talking about it not being a big deal, that no one will really notice. Can you talk a little bit specifically about what would continue to work during a shutdown and what would stop?
So look, I appreciate the question. I'm not going to get into hypotheticals. Here's what we know, and here's what I have said when I've been asked this question. It is that there's no reason, there's absolutely no reason at all for Congress to shut down the government. There isn't. And this is a question for Congress to answer. This should not be happening, and they should fund these vital government programs that the American people rely on.
And these are critical needs we've requested when you think about what we've requested and asked for when it comes to emergency funding, right? When it comes to what we came to the table for when it comes to the budget agreement. This was a bipartisan agreement from both sides. And so there's no reason at all that Congress should be going down the path of shutting down this government.
Can you confirm, though, at least that federal criminal proceedings would continue in a shutdown, including those involving the former president?
You would have to ask the Speaker of the House and Congress on that question. That is not something that I can speak to here.
People will love you and support you when it's beneficial. I'ma forgive, I won't forget, but I'ma dead the issue. Soon as you out, they little lives is when they start to. They see you doing good, now it's kinda hard to dish you. Yeah, they be sick when they remember all the bad they wished you. Yeah, they be mad when they can't come and live lavish with you. But I sped off in a Benzie. I see the envy when I'm causing a frenzy.
Okay, Chevrolet. Must be Belinda. I don't know, Camaros. It's not a good inside. Couldn't see that. Small visual system, good steering, auto cruise, very beautiful interiors, absolutely comfortable.
As you are.